I will go through all of today's Tesla stock news, and we have two bullish Tesla stock rumors. This first rumor comes from Princeton graduate who studied physics and sustainable energy. He claims that today might have seen the biggest physics discovery of my lifetime. This is all over the news right now. Brett from ARK Invest also thinks it's a huge deal. A Tesla stock investor, Emmett Pepper, says, I'm not a physicist, but many of the high signal noise ratio folks I follow in my highly curated Twitter feed think it's likely that this huge discovery could turn out to be true. So this is a physics rumor which could change our lives noticeably, and some of these positive breakthroughs would also be quite positive for Tesla as a company as well. The mainstream media is also running with this superconductor breakthrough could represent biggest physics discovery of a lifetime. The next rumor is specifically about Tesla, but let's finish with this first. Superconductors in red here are widely useful, including in the production of powerful magnets and in reducing the amount of energy loss as it moves through circuits. They are also often impractical since they require low temperatures and high pressure. That means they cannot be used in most traditional circuits, for instance. A real working room temperature superconductor which works at ambient pressure would be one of the holy grails of modern physics. So this would be a huge deal, unlocking major new developments in energy, transportation, healthcare, and communications. Of course, for Tesla, energy in the transportation part would be quite important. But also, there could be some implications for battery technology as well. The most obvious way that this would immediately help Tesla is this right here. Superconductivity enables lossless electricity transmission at high voltages and currents. In other words, overall efficiency of having EVs instead of a gas-powered vehicle should be even higher overall. Alex Kaplan also claims that superconductors might be the best batteries out there. Simply inject a current and keep it in the coil until you need it. Previously too costly to maintain, now totally feasible. But this is really interesting right here. Number 6, your iPhone won't overheat when playing Subway Surfer with a YouTube video in the corner anymore. Ultra efficient computer chips will have zero resistive losses during operation with superconductors. No need for cooling fans. If we are speaking strictly about batteries, there is some skepticism certainly going around, but we'll see what actually ends up happening. Currently, you can actually bet money whether this breakthrough is actually going to be replicated before 2025, and right now, there's a 19% chance supposedly that it will become real. Which for a huge physics breakthrough, I would say that's a pretty high chance. However, Brett from ARK Invest says that in his opinion, there's a 50% chance that this discovery is going to turn out to be real. I am not a physicist and this is still a developing story, so if you learn more about this, please leave a comment down below. And here is the Tesla related bullish rumor. This one is specifically about Cybertruck. Something is different with my Cybertruck pre-order today. Looks like Tesla is no longer allowing us to edit design or change the order anymore. That tells me that they are finalizing the near-term orders for production. It's getting close, guys. And you can see the screenshot here. But then we also saw something that's much more interesting. And before I show you this, I want to re-emphasize again that this is just a rumor. This is not confirmed, but this could be quite bullish. And this supposedly is one of the top 10 reservations for Cybertruck. This was posted originally in a Facebook group. Supposedly Ron received this from Tesla, and it now says the countdown begins. As an early reservation holder, your order is soon to be filled. You will be notified to complete your Cybertruck configuration sooner than most. If true, this could indicate that the Cybertruck production is on track and maybe it will be launched this quarter. Maybe. However, when I look at other people who have Cybertruck reservations, it does not seem that they are getting anything similar. If you have an early Cybertruck reservation, please check right now if anything has changed and leave a comment down below. Sasha was also trolling yesterday on Twitter, saying that he's shaking right now because he's getting the Cybertruck, but this is definitely fake. This is definitely just trolling. But the previous one, I am not 100% sure. And now today's Tesla stock news. Tesla continues trolling everyone by making the Cybertruck look a little bit or a lot like F-150. Yesterday, it appeared that Tesla paused production in Fremont, but Bradford posted this. My source says no shift cancellations as of today, and they are still running the line this week. But Electric is reporting that at least a partial shutdown is seemingly happening right now in Fremont. We have another bullish rumor, although at first this appears to be terrible because you look at this chart and you see inventory and purchase commitments, write-downs going up. You don't want write-downs to go up. This is a huge waste, but the accountant says more evidence that Model 3, perhaps Highland, is arriving soon. Tesla wrote off $167 million in inventory and purchase commitments in Q2 2023, much higher than historical norms, as you can see from the chart. This could be for parts no longer needed for the Highland version, which would make it actually bullish. Good news here, Tesla has secured a new $74 million contract on top of the $207 million contract it already secured in January to install 140 megapacks in Australia. It really seems like every week we see news like this over and over again. Over the past month, Tesla has secured contracts worth a combined $1.3 billion for its Megapack stationary storage battery product, and this figure only includes the ones we know about. There are likely more that haven't been publicly disclosed yet. We have news of another V4 supercharger being installed, this time in Austria. A study from software company Circuit has shown that delivery drivers and dispatchers have one preferred brand when it comes to electric vehicles, and that is Tesla. The distance between Tesla and other EV brands was notable, they say. Good news from Drive Tesla Canada. Tesla works around direct sales ban in Connecticut with plans to open a showroom on tribal land. We now have numbers for Tesla sales in June in the US. Tesla does not publish any of this data anywhere, and there is no real way to really know for sure exactly how many vehicles were delivered, but these were pretty accurate estimates based on people like Troy. And we can clearly see that over time, the sales are going up, way up. Cathie Wood sold a little bit more Tesla stock, but it's still by far their number one position. Gary Black just exited his Porsche position and he bought Baidu stock, which is like Chinese Google. And also they have autonomous vehicles as well that they are working on. They have had so far 2 million rides in total. Personally, I think I have already enough exposure to China through Tesla alone. Porsche just warned that supply chain problems were hampering BEV production and pointed to slower growth in Europe and China. Now, I thought these old automakers have so much experience in making cars that they wouldn't have supply chain issues. How come such a young company like Tesla beat Porsche so badly? A Tesla semi knockoff has been spotted in China. This is outside of Shanghai, so it's very unlikely to be an actual Tesla vehicle. In fact, I am 99.9999999% sure this is not a Tesla. These are all custom made and modified. I can't say I would want to ever be driven around in one of those, especially definitely not in the very back, but this is proof that we are indeed moving fast towards electrification if we are already seeing this. XPeng stock rockets after Volkswagen invests $700 million, announces cooperation agreements. Together, the automakers plan to jointly develop Volkswagen-branded EVs for the Chinese market. XPeng stock today exploded. It is up 27% almost. To me, this screams extreme panic, but at least they are trying. This is slightly surprising news. A new EV public charging network joint venture will be created in North America by 7 major global automakers. BMW, GM, Honda, Hyundai, Kia, Mercedes, and Stellantis have joined forces to create an unprecedented new charging network joint venture. The stations will be accessible to all EVs from any automaker. Today, as expected, the Fed raised interest rates, and now we are at the highest interest rates in the last 22 years. Jerome Powell today said we can afford to be a little patient, which means that the rate hikes are less likely going forward. The Fed signaled that they will be data dependent in deciding whether another hike is needed at their September meeting. Tesla stock today is doing better than NASDAQ 100 technology sector and better than NASDAQ 100. So, relatively speaking, not a bad day today for Tesla stock. And if interest rates don't go up anymore, this could be quite bullish for all technology stocks, which would also include a stock like Tesla. Not only would it put positive pressure on the PE multiple of Tesla, but also consumers would be able to buy vehicles easier. I said earlier that I still expect issues for Tesla in Europe because of all of this regulation, and Drive Tesla Canada is now reporting this. Tesla's plans to expand Giga Berlin are facing a bumpy ride as new concerns over water issues surface. The new buildings proposed for the Giga Berlin facility would be partially situated in water-protected zones, according to this newspaper. And now in orange, Tesla is now facing environmental agency headwinds with a call for changes to the building plans. The authorities claim there are insurmountable obstacles to partial approval. It's just never-ending headaches over there. It will be fixed. It will be done. It's just going to be a lot of issues in the meantime and a lot of annoyances like this. Elon just gave a new interview. I can't find the full interview, but there are a few clips.
People are going to use a lot of electricity, like a lot.
Tesla founder Elon Musk joined PG&E CEO for a riveting reality check in order to power all the electric vehicles that will be coming down the road and the electric heaters and stoves that will replace natural gas. What will it take?
I would just say, whatever your demand predictions are for electricity, I suspect they are too low. We need a tripling of electrical output. So you can mark my words here, electrical output will triple.
So yeah, it's mind-boggling, and it's, we're at an innovation summit today, and today is about innovating with new R&D and new technology.
The challenge is how to upgrade electrical output at the lowest cost to society, but it's going to take billions of dollars for a utility that's already struggling financially with lawsuits.
We have to have a grid that is ready for the demand that electrification will bring, and having a regulatory construct that enables that, and a engineering team who goes from a mindset of operate and maintain to a mindset of growth.
How to integrate all the electric vehicles with multitudes of new solar and wind and battery resources requires a new platform, including a new distributed energy resource management system unveiled today by PG&E, Microsoft, and Schneider Electric.
So in order to solve some of these big challenges around decarbonization and democratization and just the digitization of energy, we've got to work on a unique platform, and we've got to work in partnership and in concert with each other.
Musk urged the crowd to think less about building new power plants.
Fortunately, we have the sun, which is throwing off absurd amounts of energy. And it's zero maintenance, and it just shows up every day. It's amazing.
And YouTube says you should watch this video next, but if you haven't finished watching this Elon Musk interview, watch this one first. My name is Matt Posius. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.